What I'm about to tell you in this video could be the difference between making a lot of money 6 months from now and being stuck, being broke, being stressed, wondering where your next paycheck's coming from. Because the important thing you have to understand is something called copywriting winter. And it happens every single year in winter. And that's why I'm recording this video for you right now, because I want you to know exactly how to make sure you don't get affected by copywriting winter. I've worked with 200 copywriters privately at this point. And the copywriters I've worked with, a lot of them have faced copywriting winter. One client I worked with actually didn't have a client for 12 months. He had no money for 12 months and he was very, very stressed. And it's because he didn't follow what I'm about to share with you in this video. I don't want you to make the same mistakes. Let's talk about copywriting winter. Okay, so what is copywriting winter and how does it affect you and how can you make sure it doesn't happen to you? So basically, every single year around October, November, December, Q4, businesses slow down. They take time off, they reflect on their year, and usually because of winter, people reserve their resources. They don't spend as much money. So every single year, the later part of the year, businesses are not hiring copywriters and they're not hiring in general. So if you're in that time and you don't have clients, you might not get clients for 3 months, for 4 months, for 5 months. And also combine that with the fact that it takes a few months to usually close a client. If you don't get any clients in October, November, December, it might take you January and February to close a client. So you could take 5 months to close a client, even with the very, very best copywriting strategies. And so I see this happen to a lot of copywriters, especially copywriters who discover copywriting like in October or November, and then they stay very, very consistent. They push themselves so hard and they still don't close a client for 4 or 5 months, even though they're doing the right things, they're taking the right action. And they're like, I don't understand, what am I doing wrong? Why am I not getting clients? Combine that with AI. Now AI is getting better than ever before. Businesses are looking for ways to reduce their expenses. So towards the end of the year, and also the other thing is after Black Friday promotions, many businesses don't have as many promotions either, right? They kind of slow down a little bit. And even before copywriting winter, another thing that happens is because businesses are preparing for Black Friday and they have promo after promo, they don't really have time to hire a brand new copywriter and get that copywriter to go and run promotions for them. They would rather keep their current team, make sure that their promotions for the end of the year are very, very successful. They're kind of locked in. So what's the solution? What can you do? The short answer is you have to look for clients before copy winter. It's while summer's around, while things are good, even while there's autumn or fall, whatever you call it, autumn as well, make sure that you're actively taking action to get clients. Because if you're not, and then you lose clients, which happens because at the end of the year, like I said, people reduce their expenses. So often businesses are thank you so much for your work. We no longer need your services. We no longer need to work with you. That happens at the end of the year. And now suddenly you're caught off guard because the current businesses you thought are very comfortable and very, very secure, you suddenly lose that income. And then you're like, okay, well, all right, I lost my 3K deal or 4K a month deal. Let me go get another client. Oh no, the strategies I used to use don't work anymore. Oh no, everything's gonna fall apart. Oh no, what am I gonna do? Is there a new strategy that I need to use instead? Is there something else I should do? What do I do? And then you get stressed and then you think copywriting doesn't work anymore, and then, I don't know, copywriters go and come up with some crazy ways to make money that aren't actually that important. So yeah, basically the most important thing you can do is to take action while things are good. Q1, people are always hiring. So January, February, March, people are always hiring. Q2, people are almost always hiring as well. Q3, they might be hiring a little bit less, typically. We have a data set in the dojo where I coach my private clients and we count their income. Every single month, they share with us how much money they make. And usually it's quite difficult to close clients. So sometimes the income dips a little bit. And yeah, so be aware of this, please. Please don't wait till later to take action. And I think what happens to most copywriters is that they close a few clients and they just don't want to think about having to go out there and get more because they're thinking, well, I'm making, let's say, 6 grand a month. Let's say you make 6 grand a month. I'm making 6 grand a month and I'm very, very busy right now. So I don't want to go and close a new client because I'm not ready for a client right now. But here's the thing. Closing clients is going to take you 2 to 3 months on average. Let's be conservative. If it takes you 2 to 3 months, so what you do today is going to affect whether you have a client or not 2 or 3 months from now, not whether you're going to get a client tomorrow. I think copywriters think this way because in a job, you don't have the sort of responsibility to take care of your income all the time because you have a pretty stable paycheck, right? So you don't realize, maybe, or at least it was like this for me, and I think it's been like this for many of my clients as well, from my experience, is that you don't realize that you have to plant seeds. It's like you're not going to just be able to get a client like that. Usually it takes 2 or 3 months to put all the irons in the fire and cultivate relationships with new businesses, because it's going to take time for them to trust you and maybe take time for them to talk with their team about whether or not to hire you. So you got to be mindful of that. You got to be mindful of that. You know, you got to plant those seeds before anything happens. It's going to take months. So don't plant those seeds just before winter. Plant those seeds in spring, right? Plant those seeds at the end of winter. Make sure you're taking action. And if you're already in copywriting winter, if you're already watching this video and it's like Q4, you can close clients. It's not as common. I see a lot less clients being closed, but what happens is some businesses just have a bad experience. They fire a copywriter and then they're looking for a copywriter. So I'd say like the best way to find clients towards the end of the year is usually job applications, because those will tell you, hey, we're literally looking for a copywriter right now. Strategy, what is the strategy? I think it's strategy 4 of the 12 strategies we use in the dojo. And I've got a video on those 12 strategies. You can check it out over there. So yeah, make sure that you take action. And the biggest thing I can tell you is protect your existing income. Your existing income is the secret to making more money, because what happens to most copywriters is that they make good money, then they lose a client, and then they close a client. So they always end up breaking even, because every single time they close a new client, they lose an old client. And sometimes it's okay. Sometimes you make progress, like you lose a 2K client, you close a 4K client. You lose a 3K client, you close a 5K client. But most of the time, what happens is as soon as you close that really good client, you lose a client. So what you can do to really protect yourself in copywriting winter is go above and beyond for existing clients. Find out ways to add extra value to their business without charging them anything. Keep in mind that everything you can do to protect your client, everything you can do to add value to their business without them having to chase you for it or ask you for it, everything you can do to keep that relationship strong is going to be the difference between keeping those clients in winter when they're looking to reduce their expenses. Because the other thing is, right, businesses at the end of the year, they're also looking at like how well they did. And they're like, damn, I didn't make as much money as I thought. I made a lot of revenue, but my profit's quite low. Let me cut back, let me reduce my expenses, and let me make sure that next year I have more profit. I've seen so many businesses do that, and you know, it's like a psychology thing. It's like in summer, they want to grow and they want to do more and they want to have more and they want to pay more and they want to spend more and they want to grow. Winter, they want to pull back and they want to save money and they want to conserve energy because it's cold. It's like literally psychologically, it's cold. Let me preserve all my resources. So make sure that you become indispensable for them. Make sure that you protect them at all costs. When you do this, you will keep your income, but you will also be able to create opportunities to close more clients because you protected your existing income. You will actually increase your income slowly but surely every single year. And I did this for 4 years. Every single year, I didn't lose clients in the winter. I didn't lose clients at the end of the year. I just slowly, consistently kept putting in the action, putting in the effort, planting those seeds, and I'd close a client after 3 months of consistent effort. And then I would close another client maybe 4 months later. And then I would try get clients in winter and found out that it's not so easy. And so I wouldn't close a client for a few months. And then just after winter, I'd close another client. And all the previous clients I kept, the ones I wanted, of course, like I kept them. So my income kept going up. My income went from like 4K to 8K, 8K to 12K, 12K to 16K, 16K to 18.3K. That was like one of my favorite moments because I was traveling the world and I was making 18.3K a month. And yeah, it was a really, really good time. And I was able to protect those clients. And then I went from 18K to 25K and yeah, the rest is history. So that's what I got to share with you today. Little short video. Make sure you're taking action now. Don't get discouraged if you are not getting clients and you're wondering, why am I not getting clients? It's like, maybe it's the wrong season. Don't use it as an excuse. Like, I'm not giving you permission to use it as an excuse, but give yourself some patience. If you're taking a lot of consistent action and you're still not seeing results, it might just be that time of the year. So don't get caught in copywriting winter without clients. Plant those seeds early. See you in the next video.